Hey YouTubers, according to the Daily Mail, this story started back in September of 2021, so about 4 months ago. So retired Chicago police officer faces an FBI probe for sharing R. Kelly's phone calls and emails and visitors log with Tasha K., the popular YouTube gossip vlogger. It was revealed that salacious details about the star's love life on her show. So Tasha K revealed a lot of salacious information about R. Kelly on her show, about his love life, about just stuff that is personal and private in his life. And the information apparently came from allegedly came from the retired Chicago police officer. So I'm wondering how much she paid her for this information. So as the story goes, while R. Kelly was an inmate at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, Tasha K obtained personal information concerning private exchanges that Kelly had, and she revealed it on her platform, reading off the private exchanges while she sipped wine on the Tasha K show. I think it's called on Wine with Tasha K. So the story goes on to say that a former officer who retired in December 2019 allegedly accessed R. Kelly's records more than 150 times in a 6-month period. She now faces an FBI probe, but hasn't been named or charged as yet. Tasha K posted the videos on her account on Wine with Tasha K, offering an exclusive look at details about R. Kelly, not even revealed in the court records. So, this retired officer, prison officer, is under a federal investigation for allegedly leaking a treasure trove of illegal accessed information about R. Kelly on her YouTube gossip channel. So, according to the Chicago Tribune, the online personality known as Tasha K posted a number of videos in which she sipped wine and shared salacious information to her thousands of followers, quoting verbatim from R. Kelly's reported phone calls and emails and visitors' logs. So, folks, it looks like if Tasha K may be in a lot more trouble than Cardi B. Because, she got Cardi B got a $4 million judgment against Tasha K. But it looks like after the FBI is done probing this ex-officer, prison officer, I'm sure they're going to slap the cuffs on her for divulging information about a prisoner. But what is going to happen to Tasha K for receiving that information and publishing it? We don't know. We just gotta keep our ears to the ground and see what's gonna develop with our girl Tasha K. Because if she thinks she had trouble with Cardi B, now the feds are investigating information that she received illegally. So the officer named in the warrant as Officer A is accused of illegally accessing Kelly's private information while he was an inmate at the Chicago's Metropolitan Correctional Center and leaking it to the 39-year-old Tasha K, whose real name is Latasha Kirby. She has not yet been charged with any crimes. They're talking about the police officer, the ex-officer of the prison, before diving into juicy details about Kelly's life. In one of her videos, Tasha K said, I told you I got the Emmer effing plug. This is all facts, not allegedly. It's all facts. So she was reading from this log, this prison log, and all the telephone calls that Kelly was having, personal calls, all his private emails that he was, just emailing out and getting information back in. And this guard at the prison had passed on all this information. Over 100 times she logged into R. Kelly's file, this guard. She passed on the information to Tasha K. Now the question is, how much money was Tasha K paying her? Because I'm sure she must have been paying her something, but because nobody's going to put their job on the line because they just like you and doing it for free, okay? If she went into R. Kelly's personal files over 100 times, because everything is computerized, and they see where she had logged into that particular file over 100 times, she's not going to put her job on the line for Tasha K, somebody that she don't even know from jump, to give this stuff away for free. So I'm wondering how much Tasha K paid her to get that information. And I'm wondering if it was a one-time payment or was she paid every time she went into the log? Because if you're paying somebody a couple of $1,000s, that's an incentive for them to go into that log every single time, So she went into R. Kelly's records, his phone calls, his emails, and the visitor's log to pass on to Tasha K who was coming, who was going, what the emails and the telephone calls said. This is why she had the lock on the story, because nobody else had the story. She was getting it from first-hand source. So when she said she was doing her research and, she got people doing research for her, it was no research, honey. This was information that was being passed on from the prison guard to Tasha K. One of the things that she said in her blogging was that R. Kelly was not able to read nor write. So again, the report goes on to say this officer who retired December in 2019 allegedly accessed R. Kelly's records more than 150 times in a 6-month period. So people, this is a big story. It has been 4 months now that the FBI has been investigating, and we are just waiting for the axe to drop, so to speak. So I don't know what in the world. Oh, this is according to Daily Mail. I got to give them up the props and the recognition. But I don't know what in the world Tasha K is thinking. This young woman is taking a lot of chances. First she put out all this stuff about Cardi B. And if you're going to put out the stuff about a celebrity, at least have your backup, have your evidence that if you go to the courtroom, you have the proof that you did not just salaciously put these things out, you got proof. But she went in the court, sat on the bench and said, I did it to get the views and the clicks and the subscribers. I didn't have proof. That's crazy. And now this here about R. Kelly, I told you guys, once Cardi B won that lawsuit, the axe is going to drop on Tasha K, because a lot of people are now going to come after her, and they're going to figure, especially the FBI, law enforcement is going to figure, okay, if she lied about Cardi B, maybe she was lying about R. Kelly. And maybe she was lying about, what's his name? All these different celebrities that she reported on, that she said she had the juice and the proof. I'm telling you, people, all money and good money. So this officer at the jailhouse, this ex-female officer who is now retired, she retired back in December 2019. allegedly accessed Kelly's record more than 150 times in a 6-month period. I'm repeating this a couple of times because I can't believe somebody would, take a risk of going to jail or losing their jobs over something so stupid of, a couple of dollars, and you're going to put everything on the line like that. So the report goes on to say before her departure, she did all this stuff and emailed herself a 12-page scan of Kelly's jail record. So she had information on Kelly before she left so she can pass on to Tasha K, apparently, allegedly, a little at a time, allegedly to get that payment. So the report further goes on to say the officer worked as a disciplinary hearing officer at a federal prison in Wisconsin, was not even assigned to the MCC, and had no official reason to be searching for Kelly's information, as stated in the 24-page warrant obtained by the Tribune. So this is big, folks. The Tribune, Chicago Tribune, is a big newspaper, and they are reporting on this story. They obtain all the information concerning this story, and they are putting it out there. So it is stated that some of the private information involved in Kelly's correspondences or continuous relations with the two girlfriends. You guys remember Jocelyn Savage and Ariel Clary? Now, they were living in his high-rise apartment at the Trump Tower residence in Chicago at the time. Now, I don't know where these girls are now. I haven't been keeping track of, where they went, because I know at one point they had fought and one of the girls moved out. And from that point on, I have no idea what happened to neither one of them and how they're doing. But no doubt it's going to be coming up because this is an ongoing investigation. Now, it is reported that Tasha K reveals in one of her videos that Kelly allegedly had a friend bring $1,500 in cash to the apartment to help pay his girlfriend's bills. So in one of Tasha K's videos, she's noted to say, according to Chicago Tribune and Mail online, that this is what she says. Yeah, there's a phone tap somewhere, and I'm not going to tell you where it is. I have the plug, okay? I'm not going to tell you where I got information from, but you just listen to the damn information, okay? So that's what Tasha said before revealing the information, and that part is not alleged because it's part of her video. So apparently, the Chicago Tribune has gotten a hold of all these videos, and they are combing through the videos to see what was said and the information that is there. So the report further said in another video posted on December 22, 2019, entitled R. Kelly Released, Email Proves He Can't Read or Write. She scrolls through her phone and reads email exchanges Kelly had with his girlfriends from prison before saying, "These are actual conversations between them. I'm not going to put it up here because this is considered like somebody's private information or whatever. But my word, trust me." So she goes on to say that she was sharing the emails to highlight Kelly's alleged illiteracy. So the Chicago Tribune goes on to say that the warden of the Chicago's MCC first reported to the BOP International Affairs in November 2019 that Tasha K had revealed sensitive law enforcement information that would only be known to employees from the U.S. Bureau of Prisons who were responsible for regularly monitoring his behavior at a correctional facility, according to the warrant. So, by Tasha K revealing all this information online on her show, what she did was to tip off the warden at the Chicago facility where Kelly was at. She tipped him off unknowingly that somebody in their department, one of the officers, was revealing information to her because nobody else knew the information. They were the only ones with that information. So, according to the Chicago Tribune, a review of the officers' logins to the Bureau of Prisons International Information System revealed that she illegally accessed Kelly's record for 153 times between the time Kelly first arrived at the MCC in July 2019 and before her retirement in December 2019. So this officer had been doing this from the time she got there to the time she retired. So at this point, I'm wondering if Tasha K is included in this, if they're going to arrest her too for receiving stolen information and putting it on her website. That's what I'm wondering right now. Your girl Tasha K is in real trouble. So the 39-year-old Atlanta-based blogger Tasha K, whose real name is Latasha Kebe, shares her video as exclusive peeks into the entanglement of R. Kelly. Some of her videos include interviews with key players, but others offer information not even shared in court. The person, they know who it is, but they just don't want to put the information of her name out as yet until they wrap up certain things. And then when they're about to drop the axe and handcuff her, that's when we're going to find out who it is. All I can say is OMG. Honey, Tasha K better buckle up because this is going to be a bumpy ride. You hear me? They are saying that the information that Tasha K put out as exclusive, it wasn't even shared in court. That's how exclusive it was. Only the jailhouse knew the information. OMG. So the Chicago Tribune now is reporting that Tasha K now has 966,000 subscribers, almost a million, on her YouTube channel where she posts. So they further reported that in 2019, she became embroiled in a legal battle with Cardi B, and we saw how that went this month. Cardi B won close to $4 million in judgment under the YouTube name Unwind with Tasha K. So moving on with the story, she became embroiled in a legal battle with Cardi B, who she sued for more than $3 million. So after Cardi B filed her lawsuit, Tasha K filed a counter lawsuit in which she sued for about $3 million, but it was dismissed last year. And that lawsuit had to do with Tasha K accusing Cardi B of sending out her goons. It's reported that Cardi B is a part of a gang, and she sent her gang members on Tasha K to deal with her. That's what Tasha K alleged. Last year, she said she was moving. So getting back to the story of R. Kelly. Now, R. Kelly, according to the Tribune, who is now 54, whose full name is Robert Sylvester Kelly, had been on trial since August 18th for running an alleged illegal, decade-long racketeering scheme targeting women and girls for sex. With help from employees and assistants, many of the sex-related misconduct allegations were discussed in the 2019 Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly. The trial had so far featured a steady stream of accusers claiming Kelly began sexually degrading them when they were still in their teens. They said he used his stardom to lure them into an insular world where he watched their every move and doled out perverse punishments, spanking them and isolating them in hotel rooms if they broke a vow to never speak about him to anyone else. So last Monday, according to the Tribune, Kelly's first male accuser testified that he offered him help with his music career in exchange for sexual favors. The man testified under the pseudonym Lewis and said he was 17 when Kelly first started making sexual advances at him. And so this happened last month. I mean, in January, so this happened in December. So this case is still ongoing. And now Tasha K has gotten herself right in the midst of all this investigation unknowingly by digging up all this dirt on R. Kelly and reporting it. She has put herself directly in this investigation as to how come she got information and nobody else got it, especially when it was locked in the computer at the prison. So R. Kelly pleaded not guilty. He faces between 10 years and life in prison if convicted of all the charges in court. So YouTubers, Tasha K is in a whole world of trouble. The last reported on Cardi B's case, and this was according to TMZ, that she is planning on taking it further in court, and until she exhausts all her options, she's going to pursue this Cardi B's case, and she wants it overturned, etc. But I think she's got bigger worries. She better worry about what the information she got on R. Kelly and how come she obtained it and nobody else obtained it, especially since it was under in a computer at a prison and only one person could have gotten it, was one of the guards. And how come she got a hold of it and it was passed on to her? That's stolen information. And so I think Miss Tasha K has a lot more worries that she was willing to take on. So 2022 is shaping up to be very interesting. Indeed, very, very, very interesting. YouTubers, I'm over and out. Like, share, subscribe to my channel and to this video by pressing that subscribe button before leaving the page. Thank you.